Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the First Spiritualist Church of Puyallup, our morning lecture, and I'm Reverend Jackie. Very glad to have you here. Hoping you had a beautiful Thanksgiving and had some time to have a space for gratitude and enjoyed any time you had. So I want to talk to you today about love and how we can love others. I know you all know who civil rights icon John Lewis is. He was a representative for Georgia from, I believe, 87 on until he passed this year. He's a beautiful man, and he walked with Martin Luther King and was part of the early parts of the civil rights movement, one of my personal heroes. And he talked about, as a young man, how he didn't understand how Martin Luther King could do this, how he could do the path of nonviolence and to just simply love everybody. So he would say to John, "You've got to love everybody." John would reply, "No, I don't. I only have to love the people worthy of love." And Martin Luther King would laugh and laugh and laugh at him and say, "Nope, you've got to love everybody." So it's a kind of a complex question. What in the world would it mean just to simply love everybody? Simple. You don't have to like everybody, but you do have to love them. It's not my job to fix everybody, to pass judgment, to discern what they're doing, but it is my job to love them. I sometimes struggle with this because there is a lot of ugly in our world. Dark, fake, deceitful, cruel, evil-intended people, ugly people in our world. I don't have to like them, but I can see the spark of divine within them, and I can send love to that spark. And that is possible. In fact, it's the very thing that bridges our spiritual life, our spiritual work, and our real world. We all want to change the world. You've all heard that. But what we really mean when we say that is, I want everyone to think like I do. I want everyone to come into alignment with the way I think and feel, right? Well, my favorite color is red. My husband's favorite color is green. And I could have spent the last 34 years of our relationship insisting that he got on board and decided red was a better color. But instead, I decided to love him through his desire to be a green person, to love all of his green things. And I know this is a very simplified statement, red versus green. But in spiritual work, the only option is loving everyone. Otherwise, there is no path to real change or real divinity. It is important not to get stuck in your own views, your own opinion and your own story, because everyone has them. Even if you think yours is the right way, there's always someone else who has another way. When you think your way is right, you're in irreconcilable conflict that can't be resolved, except for to stop and think about love another way. The last few years have been so hard on relationships, very divisive political times. It has literally divided families, divided friendships, divided marriages. And we know that this is fed by our social media feeds. I really want to encourage everybody to watch Social Dilemma. It's on Netflix, and it's brilliant. It is really about the view that your phone gives you, any of your social media accounts give you. So for me, because red's my favorite, everything that I see on my social media feed is red. So I'm happy to see my red view, while Brian's view is going to be green. So everything that Brian cares about, green, is being on his. So how can I see what he sees, how he thinks when all I see is red? How can he understand my feelings when all he sees is green? The social media feed that divides us is just getting bigger. So if you watch that movie, you can have a better understanding and hopefully maybe be able to love those people that are stuck in their green feed. Happiness versus suffering, left versus right, love versus hate, right versus wrong, like or dislike. These are all paradoxes that exist within all of us, balancing our inner life and our outer world. We all think it's one way or the other. Either we like and agree with people, or we're against them and we have to hate them. But how do we exist in a space that holds both of these dualities at once? To me, the answer is fulfillment and happiness. I know that seems so simplistic, but In reality, you cannot focus on what everyone else is doing. You have to focus on what you're doing. Where are you? Where are you at in your path? Are you working on healing mankind? If you are, you have to be understanding. You can't have a simplified view. You have to have an expanded view. See, we all know that when we get on an airplane and the plane loses oxygen, we take the mask, the oxygen mask, and we put our own on first. We don't help the other people until we put our own on first. Because we know that you have to help yourself before you can help others. You have to give the lifeline to yourself first. I see so many healers out there fixing other people, but they're not fixing themselves. But here's my tip for you. Stop trying to fix others. Because you can't. You can only fix yourself. That doesn't mean you can't offer guidance, caring, compassion, healing to others, but you can't fix them. You have to recognize and heal what is within you that defines why you feel that you're in the right. Are you fighting to be right? Are you a right fighter? Are you fighting to see the bigger picture? That my view is not the only view. See, I can love red while Brian loves green. I can love my opinion and love that opinion. I don't have to divide it. I just have to think differently. If you have true happiness, others' opinions don't affect you. You stay your own course and see them as they are. Once you see them as they are, imperfect and flawed, just like you can love them. The sense of replenishment we get from our own happiness is a gift that we give to ourselves, but we also give to those around us, to others. And it's really hard to be a helper, a healer to others when our own inner well is empty. Sometimes we have to replenish it and restore ourselves to peace and happiness. It is very hard to love others when you are not authentic to yourself. Seeking your personal happiness is the most loving gift you can give to others. So I can start to love others by loving myself. And as Martin Luther King would say, you have to love everybody. You will never see a person that God does not love. You will never look into the eyes of another that God doesn't adore. Thank you. Infinite Spirit, thank you for giving a path of love and kindness. May we reach out to mankind and be open and offer gratitude to those in our way. May we be kind, loving, joyful, and walk a path of love. Amen.